Hey everyone, it is Jonah and I am back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about The Voice after this last week, my power rankings for each individual, and just how and what I thought about this week overall. But yeah, before I get into this video, guys, if you guys like The Voice and like seeing videos of like these or reaction videos to actual performances, please subscribe down below for more content. I would greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. So before I get into my power rankings, I just wanted to say that I think this week was really amazing. Every performance wowed me in one way or another, which has been, I haven't had that happen lately, so that I thought that was pretty cool. Um, I think overall, so far, John has the best team, and I don't think it's very close. Like in my opinion, he has like four of the top artists on the season. Not like he only has four artists, and those four artists he has are the top of like they're like the best of the best in my opinion. And at the moment, I think John will be winning his second season. I believe would be his second win. He's done a great job of convincing artists to join his team, using his blocks appropriately and everything like that. And I feel like right now he should be the front runner for the coach to win. But yeah, so before I get into these power rankings, I just wanted to say that this is my opinion on stuff. So I have different music tastes than maybe you do. So don't be offended if I have one of your favorites lower than you think, or maybe I don't have your favorite at the very top. These are just my opinions, and I will give my reasoning for each person too. But these are my power rankings, and these isn't a fact. This is my opinion, and these are just my rankings of how I think. Not only what I thought of the performance, but how I feel they'll like end up shaping up on this show, and how I feel like they'll rank with each other, and how I feel like they'll do on the show. So yeah, so let's get right into it. So there was 17 people who made it onto the show who they showed last week. So 17 people got a coach to turn around in both episodes combined. So in 17th, my power rankings, I have Madeline Consoyer. So she's a very, very good singer, and everyone was a really, really good singer. In order to even like get an audition in front of the coaches, you have to be a talented person, and I feel like she did a great job of showing off her country tone. But the issue I have, I'm just not sure if I heard enough to put her above anybody else. But she's a fantastic, and I do feel like she could make it farther onto the show than we think. But at the same time, I'm just not positive that I feel like she's going to make it farther on the show just because of that reason alone. But I do feel like she is somebody to watch out for eventually. But just off of what I heard in the auditions, that's why she's coming in last year. And she's on Team Kelly. So 16th, I have Lauren Freehoff. So I thought her voice was very, very mature, and she's only like 16 years old, I believe. Like that's surprising for her voice, and even her look makes me think she's older than 16. I think this would be very, very interesting to see how it plays out. I was kind of confused on why Blake didn't turn around, because I just felt like she had kind of like a country tone to her voice. And the issue I have is that she is only 16 years old, and I feel like she may have shown all of what she has right up front. So I'm not sure if she has anything else up her sleeve that could surprise Gwen in the battles or the knockouts if she gets that far to make Gwen want to keep her around. So that's the only reason why she's going to break this slow. But again, I actually am a huge fan of her voice, and I think that she's actually had one. I like the song choice. And I did agree that she should have picked Gwen here. But that was a great audition in my opinion, and I can't wait to see what she does in the battles. But just because I don't know because I don't know if she has anything left to give, that's why I have her put so low in my rankings. So in 15th, I have Eli Zamora. So if this was a ranking about how much emotion each artist put into the song, he would be 1. Like he is number 1, by putting emotion into a song, but for like an overall musician and just talented singer wise, he is coming 15 here, which I kind of surprised myself a little bit by putting him here. I did enjoy his one audition really a lot, but I just felt like I didn't hear enough to put him any higher. He has a great voice. He can emote. He has a really mature voice, but and I feel like he just have a large range. I just don't know if, like again with Lauren, I feel like he showed everything that he has right here in this song, and I just don't know if there's maybe like a surprising factor in the battle rounds that could keep him from going far, like they could keep him moving forward in this competition. But that being said, I love his audition so much, and I'm hoping that he surprises me in the battles, because I would greatly love to see him perform well again and win his battle round. But yeah, so he ended up picking Kelly's the only one who turned for him, so Kelly ended up getting him on his team. So 14 is Aaron Scott, and the only reason why I have Aaron Scott so low is because just from the history of the show, rock singers just don't tend to do well in the voice. And I'm not sure why that is, but rock singers typically will maybe make it to, like, rarely make it to the lives, and when they do, they don't make it that far, and it kind of sucks. But just the way it is, in my opinion, for some reason on the show, that's the only reason why I have him so low. Because in my opinion, he has one of the best voices on this show. I love his range that he showed, and I just love his voice a lot. And if it's someone that I feel like I would vote for if he gets to the live shows, but I just don't know, because in the history of this show, not a lot of rockers make it to the lives, which is why I'm hesitant to put him any higher on these power rankings. And I think that out of all the people on Blake's team so far, he has the worst shot of making it to the lives, just for that reason alone, is because he is in the rock genre, but that also makes him unique. And he could stand out. So if he gets to the live shows, he could end up getting a lot of votes from people who like rock, because he's the only one in that lane. So that is a benefit if he makes it there, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm hoping that he does, because he is a favorite of mine. It's just that I just don't. It's the history of the show here. That's what I'm factoring in, is that it's just how I feel like voting patterns are gonna like. I don't think they're gonna be ideal here, and I just don't feel like Aaron will make it to the. If he gets makes it to the live, I don't think he'll do very well, sadly, just because of how little rock artists get credit for on the show. And he ended up picking Blake. So in 13, I have Liam St. John. So I think he's one of the more unique singers on this show, just because of his ability to play around with songs, and he has a very nice range. And I feel like he sang Sex and Candy is one audition, and that was a really original arrangement. I hadn't heard anything like that before. But again, the issue I have with him is that I just, like so many other artists below him, I just feel like he showed a lot in an audition, and I just don't feel like... I do want to hear what he does in the battles, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough to compete with other vocalists on this show, because he has a lot of tricks. But I just don't know if he has anything left that could surprise a coach, maybe, even more than he already has, with like another thing that he can do with his voice or whatever. But I do feel like he's a great talent, and I hope that he makes it past the battle rounds, but right now I can't see it. And he ended up picking Gwen over Blake, I believe. And coming in at 12 is Chloe Hogan. So Chloe, her voice is really soft and soothing, like a tone, but I feel like she's a little bit of a dark horse, because I feel like she has more power than she showed in that one audition. And I feel like she was trying to be all sweet and nice, but in reality, she will end up going off as you get farther into the show, and I feel like she's going to surprise some people. But just based off of what I heard in the audition, that's why she comes in at 12. So I think she has a beautiful voice. She has nice runs, and I feel like she has more power than what she showed. I feel like she's holding back a little bit, because she didn't want to show all of what she can do in the blind audition, because she knows how to play on the show. And I think that she's just going to blow people's minds when it comes to the battles and the knockouts, and I can't wait to hear what she does, because I just have a feeling that she's going to be in the live shows, just off of that fact alone. But yeah, so and she ended up picking Gwen. Was the only one who turned around for her, so she is on Team Gwen. So next, I have Marissa Corver. Marissa's very interesting to me, because her voice is really nice, but I feel like she was lacking a little bit of control sometimes. But then when she started going off and kind of a little to the rafters at the ending, she kept going. That's what made me think that she is a real talent and someone that could do well in the show. But I feel like her facial expressions throughout what she was singing, she shows so much excitement that it made me happy for her. And I feel like even though the coaches didn't turn around till late in the song, she kept with her smile. She kept showing her excitement and her happiness, no matter if the coach turned around or not. I feel like she would have been happy with the performance, and that's a great attitude to have on this show. And I feel like that could lend her to being a surprise, maybe for a surprise winner in the battle to the knockouts. And I feel like she has more in her arsenal than what she showed. and that's why she comes in at 11 above other people, is because I feel like I liked her voice a lot, and I feel like she has more to show than what she has so far. But it's just be interesting to see how far she goes on this show. So that's why I have her at 11, and she ended up picking Kelly. So at 10, I have Jim Ranger. So I honestly wanted to put him a little bit higher because he is a country male on Team Blake, and those typically do well on this show. But just from a standpoint of talent and how I feel like they'll do with the rest of the competitors on the show, I feel like this is a proper placing for him. But I also feel like he's a dark horse because he has a lot of range and versatility to his voice, and I feel like he has more up his sleeve, and I feel like he could surprise people. But it's just my opinion here. I just don't know with him. I feel like I'm kind of like 50-50 on like if he has more to give or not, and I feel like that's why he's not higher. Is because I don't know, but I love his voice a lot, and I do feel like he has potential to go far on this show if he's paired with the right battle person, and then he does surprise Blake enough to keep him moving forward in the competition. So yeah, that's why he's at 10, and he did pick Blake for his team, even though John and Gwen turned around also, and John had that video of him like being like a presidential candidate as a joke, and like saying you should pick John because Blake's a liar, which basically what his argument was, which he's not wrong. But I did find it really funny that he chose to pick Blake still, and that shows how much he wants to work with Blake and how much he knows that he wants to be in that country lane, which could do him well. We'll see. But yeah, so that's why he's at 10. So this one may come up. This next one could be a surprise to a lot of you because he was actually one of my favorite auditions. But the issue is I just don't know with him because of the genre he chose to do. So Ryan Gallagher comes in at 9. Kelly is the coach for him. Ryan picked Kelly over Blake. Thank goodness. That would have been awful if Ryan had picked Blake. I think Blake's funny for trying to convince Ryan that she already has 2 other opera singers on her team. I think that would be really funny if Ryan ended up choosing Blake. I feel like that would have been really funny. But yeah, so the issue I have with Ryan is that in America, it's common knowledge that opera is not looked at as very popular while in Europe it is. Here, opera singers don't typically do well on the show. I know I think last season Mandy Thomas, for example, I believe they even montaged her battle, maybe her knockout, one of those two, and I feel like he has a nice opera tone. I think it'll be interesting to see how far he gets on the show. I just don't know if he'll make it if he gets to the lives. I just don't know with him. That's why I feel like he's at 9 and not farther up, is because if he stays in that opera lane, it could be good and bad. It's good because he's in his own lane, but at the same time, opera doesn't do well on the show. Same thing with him, like Aaron Scott, like rock artists don't do well on the show. Neither do opera. Opera probably do worse on the show than rock artists do. But yeah, so I think if he has more versatility, and he has enough where he can sing another genre, I think that will do him well too. If he maybe does like a pop song with like an opera twist on it, something like that. I don't know, where he sings both like pop and an opera type thing. I think that could do him well. But that's the reason I have him at 9. I think he does have a surprising factor to him, and I feel like he could do more. But at the same time, if he stays with opera, he's not going to do well on the show. So that's why I have him at 9. So at 8, I have Paige Turner, and she chose Gwen. So the issue I have with Paige is that I feel like she was lacking a little bit of control at times. I feel like she has a very large range, and it's pretty insane, and she has such great stage presence. Like, she knows how to work the stage very well, which could help her in the battle, which I think will help her in the battles, and I think she will win her battle round because of her stage presence and the way she can work the stage, along with the range that she has up her voice. But I feel like she has to work on her control. I feel like there was some times where a note got away from her or two, and I feel like that's what held other coaches back from turning around for her, was because of that lack of control. And I feel like if she gets that under control, the sky's the limit for her. I feel like that's why I have her so low. That's so low is because of that control issue. But at the same time, I have her higher because I feel like she has a surprising factor to her, and I feel like she could potentially do well in this show compared to other artists below her. So that's why I have her at 8. And like I said, she picked Gwen. So at 8, I have Tareen Papa. So I liked her voice a lot. So for those of you who don't know, I try my best to get all these reaction videos up to you, and I'm going to probably react to as many as I can, if not all of them. But so far, Tareen Puppy's reaction video that I made, it got copyrighted immediately, so I couldn't react to her Oh, I did react to her, but the video isn't available in the US because it got copyrighted. So I'm giving my thoughts on her right now. But those of you who didn't see it, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. There's not really much I can do at this point. I've tried a lot of stuff to like avoid copyright, shortening down the videos or whatever, putting the original video in the link. It's just in the description. Just nothing's working. So I'm just trying my best here. But yeah. So we'll see what happens here. But I just don't know it. I think if it happens again, I'm sorry. I just know that I'm trying my best. But yeah. So for Shireen, I loved her voice a lot. So she has a very nice tone. I feel like she picked Blake because she wants to go in the country area, but I feel like she doesn't have to go country. I think that she has a lot of soul to her too, and even pop. I feel like she can do a variety of stuff. I feel like that will make her do well on this show because she doesn't have to stay in the country field. She can show off her versatility and have fans from a variety of genres. If she gets to live shows, that could definitely help her because she'll have fans for country that vote for her, fans for pop that vote for her because of the versatility of her voice. And I definitely thought that she has a very great range in tone. I just loved her tone so much. I love the song choice. And I'm not sure if I agree with the Blake choice, though, because unless he really wants to go into country, I feel like I would have picked, like, John. I don't know. So that's why I have her at 7, is I thought she was very good. But I'm just not sure about her potential farther on to the show. From, like, just an incredible, like, blows you away kind of voice. That's the only reason why I have her at 7 and not higher here. So here, okay, so not coming in at 6. This is my dark horse of the week, in my opinion. This is my dark horse to like go far in the show and surprise people. It's Ian Flanagan. He chose Blake was the only one who turned for him. He sang Colder Weather in his one audition, and he blew me away with his tone. It's so unique, and I've never really heard anything like him before. And it is country, but at the same time, it's not. And I think Blake, this is going to end up being Blake's favorite artist on his team. In my opinion, I think that he's going to ride Ian to the live shows because I feel like he understands Ian, how incredible Ian is. And I feel like this could be an artist that Ian takes, that Blake takes to the live shows. And this could be Blake's ticket to the finale, in my opinion, because of how gifted of a vocalist he is. And I feel like he didn't show a lot in his one audition. I think he's gonna amaze some people with how incredible his voice is in the battles and knockouts here. I just can't wait to hear him sing again because he's absolutely mind blowing in my opinion. And I feel like he has so much left to give that people are gonna be surprised when they hear how amazing Ian's voice is and how much he can do with it. So that's why I have him at 6, and that may be surprising to some of you, but that's why I have him at 6. And it's just kind of what I like to hear too, is because he's a vocalist that like I kind of like not relate to, but I like in like real life. So that's why I have him so high, is because I feel like he fits my music taste, and he is on Blake's team. So at 5 I have Joseph Soul. So Joseph, phenomenal voice, really high tone of his voice. He has really incredible range, and I feel like he has more power than what he showed. And I feel like his voice is so unique that's what's going to carry him far in this show. With the right song choices, I feel like he can do very well on this show. And I feel like he's going to surprise some people also. And I feel like he's also a potential dark horse to go into the live shows here for Kelly's team. I feel like this is Kelly's best artist so far. And I'm in love with his voice, to be honest. And I feel like I liked what he did with the Bob Marley song, because it didn't sound like Bob Marley at all, which shows how unique and how original he can be and how intelligent he is when it comes to song selection and how to rearrange songs to fit his own voice. That's why I have him at 5. I think he's going to blow people away in the future rounds, and that the sky's the limit for him. So at 4, I have Cammy Clune. So this is the first Team John artist so basically, like I said, John has 4 people on his team, and I'm at 4. So the top 4 artists, in my opinion, are on John's team. Cammy Clune, she sang Skinny Love in an audition. Absolutely, I was mind blown by this audition. She has such a phenomenal voice, and I thought that she's a lot of versatility, what she can do with her voice, with the way she can go into her falsetto and come back down with it. I was just mind blown by her audition. I feel like she's going to surprise some people with how powerful her voice can be and how much she can do with it. And she's going to go far in this show. I definitely expect her to be in the live shows after hearing that one audition, and I can't wait to hear what she does next. And I hope that you guys can't wait either, and I hope that she makes it to the live shows. So at 3, I have Tamara Jade, and this may surprise some people, but this is just because her voice is phenomenal with what she can do, but like this may sound a little, I'm not gonna be rude, but like every year there's always a like large African American woman, Tanisha Harris from last season, Kyla Jade, and so many others. These ladies, they make it to the finale and then they're always robbed. That's the only reason why I have her at 3 here, is I feel like she I think she will be in the finale just because of how many people love just amazing vocalists and how much power they can come with it and how much range she has and how much run she can do, and she's absolutely a phenomenal singer. And I just don't know if America will end up voting for her or not, just because of the way of the trend that happens on The Voice, and that's why I have her at 3. And I also feel like she showed so much of her voice in this one audition that I feel like her peak, she may peak early on, and then she may have great performances for the rest of the time. But I feel like there's other artists that could show more of their voice and could peak at the right time and end up winning the show above her. So that's why I have her at 3 here. So at 2, I have John Holiday. This is probably, in my opinion, one of the most surprised I've been ever watching and reacting to a voice audition. If I didn't know what his name was, I would have gone crazy when I saw him. I was already going crazy. If you haven't watched the reaction video to John Holiday, please go and watch it. I was absolutely mind blown of what he did. He's absolutely phenomenal, and I just can't wait to hear what he does in the battle rounds. I think he has more to give too. I feel like he has more power than what he showed, and I want to hear more of his low register too. I feel like he can do songs that showcase more of his low range also, which I think could greatly benefit his chances of winning this show. So at the moment, he is, in my opinion, a top artist on John's team. So at 1, I have Sid Kingsley. Sid, I love him so much. He is the type of artist I want to listen to all day long. His voice, like, oh my gosh. His ability to change up a song is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. And I feel like his originality and what he can do with his voice is going to carry him far on this show. I can't believe he's that one audition to me, that was one of the best of the week, if not the best of the week. He seems to look like a nice guy, and I feel like the originality that he has with the voice and what he can do, and the fact that I think he has way more up his sleeve than what he showed is gonna carry him far on this show, and I can't wait to hear what he does next. That's why he comes in at one of my power rankings. I think his originality and what he can do with his voice is going to relate with a bunch of people. And I feel like he's going to be a fan favorite on the show once we get farther into the season. So that's why I have him at 1. It's just kind of my musical taste and what I think America is going to lean towards this season. And I feel like he is that. And I just can't wait to hear what he does next. But yeah. And so I'll be putting this in my next Power Rankings video for week 2. But Carter Rubin, like, I was mind blown. Like, I don't understand how he's 14. His voice was so mature that I thought it was a girl, first of all, and then to find out he was 14 is just another level. Like, I think in my opinion, like, he could go far on this show just because of the surprising factor that he's 14. He's so young. He's a guy with that incredible voice. Like that's gonna take him far on this show, and I feel like the people that go against him in the battles and the knockouts, they may underrate him a little bit because he's so young. But he has such a mature voice that his range is going to be stellar, and it's going to surprise people, and it's going to carry him, and he's going to be somebody that everyone else has got to watch out for on the show, because I feel like he's absolutely phenomenal, and I can't wait to hear what he does next, because he just amazes me every single time. Not every single time, but so far he just amazed me so much, and I think that he's going to amaze me every single time he performs. Like, he's kind of like that stellar of a voice, and I feel like he has more up his arsenal than what he showed in the one audition too. I feel like that's already going to make him really amazing, because he has more to give than what he showed here. And I can't wait to hear what he does next, and I can't wait to watch week 2's blend auditions. I will be probably reacting to most of them tonight after I get back from practice. My roommate will be out of the room till about like 10:30, so I'll be done with practice around like 9 o'clock. So at that time, the actual show will be over. But I'll be getting back like just after 9 o'clock. Then I'll start reacting to the videos, and I'll be posting them either late tonight or tomorrow morning. So look forward to that. And yeah, I can't wait to hear all these artists again. Again, these are my opinions. Please don't take anything offensive if I would love to hear all your comments about if you agree or not. Drop a comment, and I would like to comment back with you and maybe chat with you about your opinions on which artist you think is number one. Yeah, drop a comment. I would love to hear it. And thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll be back with more videos later. Thank you.